This is That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Wilford Brimley.
And I got diabetes.
Check your blood sugar and check it often.
Who are you?
Downtown Andy.
Yeah, welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. We're doing an 11th hour episode today. I like doing this. I don't know. It feels more on the fly. It feels closer to live.
Do I need to turn into Bill O'Reilly?
I'd rather you didn't.
We'll do it live.
I prefer you this way. I prefer you. But that's just my that's my personal
It's funny because until that clip went viral, I never would have imagined that man was capable of such an outburst.
Yeah. People surprise you.
Speaking of surprises.
Surprise! I mean, for anyone who's ever listened before, it's not that much of a surprise, no? Yes? Do I know what you're talking about? What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You're talking about rules.
Oh, no, that's not where I was going.
No, where were you going?
Well, while we're on the subject, let's
talk
about
All right, well, we got
rules.
3 rules here in the bubble for the sake of civility. No judgment,
it's like
nothing
a Tootsie
personal.
Roll pop. The world may never know.
No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick. These are the rules we have for each other and for life, really, because they are life lessons. Take it, learn it, spread it. Spread it like butter.
We have plenty of spreadable butter.
We have spreadable butter.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
It's nice. It's nice.
It's nice for once to not have the hard stick.
It's a little salty.
I like it.
I like it too.
I almost
but
used it tonight.
But it is a little salty.
But tonight I went with the olive oil because, we bleed that stuff.
Olive oil?
Yeah.
Well, you do.
The extra virgin stuff.
Yeah.
Just like my coworkers. What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about? So, I was thinking about some stuff. And I was thinking about this one thing. And it sort of piggybacks off of a conversation we had a few weeks ago. God, this may have been like at the beginning of this year, even the end of last year.
I mean, I know it's July.
It's July. Yeah. Holy shit.
This year has flown.
It really has. The year's half over.
Already?
Yeah.
Happy 250th, everyone.
That's wacky. Yeah. Happy,
Happy 250 years since the signing of that piece of paper.
It's not since the forming of America or the founding of America.
We did a deep dive over the
freedom
weekend.
And everything. It's simply the 250th anniversary of the signing of Declaration of Independence.
And rewatched The Patriot.
Yes, and we watched The Patriot. Good movie.
And you covered your eyes for every cannonball shot.
I don't like it. Like I said, I saw Glory twice. I don't need to see cannonballs hit people anymore. Considering I have a thing that I don't like watching war movies, the fact that I sat through this whole 3 fucking hours of movie says something.
I just think it's funny because you just see the cannonball flying, and then before you know it, the guy's head is cut completely off.
Yep.
And then you see a cannonball rolling, and then it just takes out the guy's leg.
Ugh.
It's movie magic at its finest.
Gross. Anyway, so I bought a book yesterday. I bought a book.
End of story.
End of meeting. Like, I mean, it's not a surprise. It's not a shock. Surely won't shock anybody. It doesn't shock you, I'm sure. But for the first time in my life, I'm 42, almost 42 and a half years old at this point. I will be 42 and a half at the end of this year. I make it count because
You mean the end of this month?
The end of this month. The end of this year, I'll be closer to 43. But 42 and a half, and I, for the first time in my life, am reading A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle.
And half of our audience just shut off their phone.
I don't give a shit. The other half is the important half, obviously. Thanks for sticking it out. But I bought a book, and as I was reading it, you and I were talking. This was while we were still in the bookstore. And you asked me.
While you were still in the chair.
While I was still in the chair, yes. Because I bought the book. I bought a soda, I sat down, and I started reading it.
It's funny because we combed Barnes & Noble like multiple times and never guessed that there was a nook around that
I
bookshelf.
was unaware that nook existed until yesterday, honestly.
We checked both floors. We checked the Starbucks. We checked everywhere.
The other chair
all your usual haunts
had
in that store.
half a bottle of water and a bunch of Rogue Cheerios underneath it, so I was just sort of like, I don't want to sit there.
Were you sharing a seat with a ghost?
No. Oh, I mean, maybe. I didn't see anybody. I saw the water and the Cheerios before I sat down, and I was just like, ooh, okay.
Was it the ghost of Wilford Brimley?
So I bought a book. I bought A Wrinkle in Time, and I sat down.
Maybe he should have ate more Cheerios.
I sat down to read it, and then just a few pages in, you found me. And you asked, did I buy the book?
I should have known right away.
And I said
there was
yes.
no way you wouldn't have.
But that's just it, is that these bookstores, especially Barnes & Noble and other, standalone Barnes & Noble, not just the one in the mall, but I remember the Barnes & Noble that we used to go to. Hi, Sadie. we used to go to in, I think it was in Mohegan Lake, and I mean, they had like all kinds of areas that you could sit in. Like there were reading areas. I think the one in Danbury was like that too. That like it wasn't just like the cafe area. Like they had like corners with armchairs all over the place.
Do you have vivid memories or any memories of what Barnes and Noble was when it was in its old location in Danbury?
Where was its old location?
Where Illicit is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about. That.
Okay.
But before going to that one, when I still lived in New York, we would go to the one in, I think, Portland.
I'm fairly certain we'd been in the Danbury one before they moved into the mall after getting together.
Yes.
We must have been in there at least once or twice.
Yes, because I've bought a couple of things since then. But there used to be all of these places to sit and read and everything, and people would do that, and they'd go get a cup of coffee, and they'd even grab like a magazine, because they used to have magazines in there also.
Well, I don't know. They never had a cafe at their original location.
Yeah, no, they had a small one.
Did they?
Yep. It was sort of like on, like, the info desk was in the middle, and then there was like this little step up area that it's like like a galley.
If you're facing the info desk, is it on the left or the right?
The right. Excuse me.
Yeah. I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah. Small little thing.
Okay.
I don't know that it was Starbucks, but it was.
No, definitely
it was
not.
a little cafe.
I would remember seeing that logo.
So, you could go and you could just grab something and you could read. They've got like the kids corner with the
all the way in the back,
and everything, where your kids can just read pop-up.
It was
books
like being in a
like
library.
That. It was like being in a library.
It was wonderful.
So now, I don't know if I felt this way back then, because I never really sat around the bookstore when I was younger. I would buy books and then I would leave. But like now it's like I'm cool with sitting there and just sort of taking some time and everything like that. Again, I'm old, but it's something I like to do. But you asked me when you came and you found me in my little nook in the Cheerios hole. You found me and you said, "Did you buy the book?" And I said, "Yeah." And you said, "No, like you bought it already?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said to you in that moment, I said, "I don't feel right reading a book in the store if I haven't bought it yet." And the reason why I said that was because I told you, and this started a very brief conversation that you and I had, that I like to crack the spines of books.
You said before this episode that I had an opinion on this already.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Not on cracking spines.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Because I will defend that till death.
You did have an opinion on that.
I certainly do.
Yes. And what is your opinion on that?
I don't crack spines.
You don't crack spines. Now, why don't you?
Because it's not fair to the book.
It's not fair to the book.
It's not fair to the book. It's not that it's not fair to the book. It's not fair. It's not fair to the person who may read that book after you.
Okay, but you bought the book.
It is unnecessary destruction.
Okay.
I believe in taking impeccable care of the things I intend to keep on display and cherish.
Now this is...
Go look at the few books I have on my bookshelf. Spines are cracked.
This is leading to the main crux of my argument here. Okay? I have an affinity for cracking the spines of books. I always have. Textbooks. It didn't matter what it was.
Go look at the book I'm reading right now. I feather those pages like you wouldn't believe.
Now, I love it. To me, I am of...
You heathen.
There's two camps of thought when it comes to this specific argument, when it comes to cracking spines.
This is a thing?
This is a thing.
Oh, wow.
There are two camps of argument here. One is the purist perspective of,
keep it pristine.
Keep it pristine, exactly. And then there's the thought of, I don't remember what they're called, but it's sort of like a pro-cracker kind of thing.
I mean, I could liken this discussion to... Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So...
You'll never
In
know.
my opinion, the reason why I crack the spines of books are, it's a multifold reason, but to me, it's like it's mine now. It's like by breaking that glue, and I'm not trying to hurt the book or anything like that, but like by breaking that glue to me,
yours.
it's like it's mine,
Yeah.
and it is living its existence is for its purpose now.
I can already tell that when we finish recording, I'm gonna be thinking later and tomorrow of so many things I wish I had thought to say. This is one of those things I could probably go on for a while about.
Now, when you said you don't do that.
No.
Okay, when you said you don't do that, my wheels started spinning.
Oh, shit.
Okay, and I started thinking about this whole. I don't know that I would call it a culture, maybe a subculture of collectors, not of books specifically, but of collectibles,
Yeah.
toys,
instruments,
etc., who specifically possess these items for the purpose of maintaining them in pristine order.
Is this what you were alluding to me having an opinion on?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now you have collected. Yes, you have collected, you've gleaned items in your adulthood that you want to have. And when you possess something like that, whether it's a card or a box of something, or even a toy or something like that, like so many people out there, right? The deal is that you do not open the package. You don't do it. You don't crease anything. You don't get some people won't even get fingerprints on it and stuff like that. I mean, Funko makes a box to put the box of the pop in.
Well,
so that the box doesn't get damaged.
Lots of companies make acrylics to put things like that in.
Now, you also have sustained certain items from your childhood. You have them with you now.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they are not in pristine working order. No. Because as children, we are not told,
Oh, no, I was told.
You were told?
It was drilled into me from birth. Like, there are certain things that you keep pristine and that you don't, like, you just don't handle rough.
Like what?
So, all the toys that I still have that are on display on the bookshelf, like, those were my childhood toys to play with, to use my imagination and hold, board meetings and whatnot.
For the purpose of their existence.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, I was a fly on the wall for a lot of instances of my parents and my brothers and other people in my life getting things and storing them away for, safekeeping. As
children, though?
Again, I was a fly on the wall witness to these happenings. Like, for example, from my earliest childhood memories are like somewhere between the ages of like 3 and 5.
Okay.
And I have vivid, clear memories of being 5 because I would go to KB Toy Works in Sandhill Plaza,
nice,
in Sandy Hook, with my mother to get, and she would at that point in life was getting me Power Ranger toys, but she herself would get a Barbie doll for herself, and sometimes get whatever I was getting, like a duplicate for herself, because her famous quote was always, "This is going to be worth money someday."
Now, from the perspective of an adult in a situation like that, I understand the sentiment. I understand it. To me, however, even as an adult, I don't grasp it, like, in my own sensibility.
So as an adult, my mother wasn't buying Barbie dolls to play with herself. Like, she didn't take them out of the box. She didn't do anything with them because at this point she's in her 40s, 50s, she's just buying Barbies for the sake of buying Barbies. But the other thing that she always repeated was, these are for my granddaughters, presuming she was going to have granddaughters. So every time we made a trip to the toy store, if she bought something for herself, it immediately came home with us and immediately went into the shelf in her closet. And it stayed there for 30-something years.
Now, I understand, like Barbie specifically, like, they put out the collectible editions. But there are your common everyday Barbies.
I mean, you saw how many Barbies I stumbled upon in Dad's basement, like... And I'm sure I showed you pictures of the Barbies that Mark and the girls took back to Ohio. Like, there was a lot.
Now, in the 90s, I knew people grown-ass people who were collected the collectible collector's edition Barbies, okay? They, had, fancy costumes. They had, they were celebrity style and everything. They were for occasions like the Grammys or whatever like that. Like they came out with limited edition Barbies. And I knew people who took them out of the boxes. Whether or not they kept the boxes, I don't know. It didn't get that far. But they took them out of the boxes and they had very specific stands that they would, would metal around the waist and it would stand them up like a figure. And they would put them inside china cabinets, closed glassed curio cabinets, and they would display these Barbies as collectibles. I think today, even that would get like someone would want to throw up based on that. Just the very idea that you would take something like that out of the box.
The story that always comes to mind is the fact is when I got my set of 5 8-inch Power Ranger figures, the original like posable, figures.
Yeah.
Mom bought a set for herself and stuck them on the shelf, and now those figures are with me on my bookshelf next to my figures that I opened and played with.
In the boxes.
Because I can't bring myself to sell them. I can't.
Right.
Because any time I was in her closet and I looked up and I'm like, she's got a set for herself. She's got a set for herself. She's got a set for herself. And she saved those because she said these are going to be worth money someday. And the memory is more important to me than the money.
I hope so.
Those things are definitely worth more now, especially sealed in the box. I can't let them go.
I could not even fathom how much some of my toys would have been worth because I did not damage my toys. I played with them, but eventually, like, I outgrew them, we had to get rid of them.
We had this talk about Funko Pops. All of your Funko Pops around the house are out of their boxes. Boxes are gone.
Yes, they are.
Some are stored.
Not all of the boxes.
Some boxes are stored.
Yeah, not all of the boxes.
But most, like the ones that are right here, are on display.
These are the
ones on your desk. The ones on the shelf above your desk.
Yeah, these are the ones that I got because I wanted them.
Now, not a single one of my Funko Pops is out of its box.
Nope.
Because, and as much as I would love to, like under normal circumstances, just discard the boxes. Everybody I know has displayed them, other than you, has displayed them in their boxes stacked on top of each other. Mm-hmm. Like for a long time, like John had a very large Star Wars pop collection that he put on his mantle. And gradually it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it towered above everything else. And so because of examples like that, I did that. I originally started with 3 pops. That's it. I was not into collecting pops. I was gifted those 3, and I'm like, okay, that's all I need. I don't want any more. I don't care what they come out with. It's just that's it.
Yeah.
And they sat up on that ledge for a long time. But then eventually, more people, present company included, started gifting me pops. And they just started accumulating, and then I started seeing ridiculous kind of funny ones that I'm just like, I wouldn't mind having Red Fox or Hans Gruber, so I got those too. But with the amount of crap that I've collected, it's still so much easier to just stack the boxes than to stack the figures.
Now I know plenty of people who have bought specifically Funko Pops over the years because of their value, because of the rarity and everything like that.
Plus, if you go to sell it, you want it in the box because the person who buys it's going to want it in the box.
And that's all well and good, but to me, I bought Funko Pops because I got the ones that I wanted. I didn't care how much they were going to be worth. I didn't even care if they were like exclusives or anything like that. The ones that I have are the ones that I wanted. And I took them out of the box because you can't fucking see them in the box.
I can.
I can't.
I'm
like, they're all head, and the plastic covers at least half of the face.
I really
and I'm just like, who cares?
Making displays, because at one point I wanted to collect all of the original set of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pops, which I think originally there was only 4, but then they started making more and more of them, and then you started gifting me some. And so I would put this character with all their monsters like in a square over here, and then I take this character and all its associated characters, put this in a square, and you've seen how periodically I rearrange the bookcase and I move this here and then swap things around just to, satisfy my, what is that? What's the word for that? My neuroticism.
Your neurosis.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
But
like, I don't, when it comes to collecting things, right? The idea of owning something that serves a purpose, okay? If you just want to have something so that you can say you have it, it's like, I keep thinking of people who, like, billionaires who buy priceless works of art and then store them in vaults. And it's just
that's ridiculous.
It's like, art is supposed to be observed. It is meant for pleasure, It's like, it doesn't matter how much it's fucking worth. If you put a glass case around it, put bulletproof glass around it, But, like, don't hide it away. Well, so, like, when people collect these toys, I'm just like, are you going to take it out of the box?
My binders of cards are in that drawer over there. And periodically I do take them out and I flip through them.
Yes, you do.
Because when I was reacquiring my collection, I didn't care about the condition of the cards. I just wanted the artwork. So there's plenty of damaged cards in there. There's plenty of pristine cards in there. But when I decide to go flip, it's like looking through a photo album or watching a home movie. I'm nostalgic for the artwork. And so that's what I'm flipping for.
But would you, like, okay.
And yes, it is artwork because artists conceived those images.
But in the event, like, you put your collection together, right? You got the whole 151 or whatever, right? Yeah?
Not more than that.
Okay. But you put it together, it's in the binder, and then the binder is accessible, and you can take the cards out and you touch them. Now, you're not, like, taking them out and blending them and stuff like that,
See, we were talking earlier about how... about the breaking of spines and whatnot.
Yeah.
I have a lifetime of ruining my own things and ruining other people's things for lack of knowledge, for, just being absent-minded and inconsiderate and just, dim-witted. That's true. It's fucking true.
Okay.
Which is why I was lectured for years about, taking care of certain things and other people's things and having that consideration. Because back in the day, like, we didn't sleeve up all our cards. Like, once we realized that was a thing, it's like, oh yeah, like, put sleeves on them so that way they'll, we won't scratch the surfaces or the edges or spill things on them or whatnot. And then at least I got to be so meticulously careful was how you shuffle them in the sleeves and make sure not to bend them or crease them or anything like that. Because again, I unfortunately damaged a lot of things throughout my life that did not belong to me. Some usually not intentionally. Sorry, Dad.
Usually.
He loved bringing up the story about, I think he wouldn't let me go somewhere, so I took his radio antenna and just went, and then he threw himself up against the car. Oof. Yeah, it was painful. I deserved it. I was a fucking little shit.
But I mean, there is a difference between gentle use. I mean, you collect cards, there is a difference between gently using a product for the purpose for which it exists, okay, and being careless about it. Like, surely people play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh and everything. Surely they play with expensive cards.
They double sleeve their cards.
And that's perfectly fine, but they don't keep them in a box. They take them out and they play with them.
Well, yeah, because that's a flex. They want to show off how much money they spent.
But nonetheless, they're not like white gloving this whole situation.
I mean, some of them do with certain things. Because the thing is, like, what's really funny is, amongst that community, it's not so much the old. I mean, because certain older, cards are more valuable, more desirable, worth more. But what really retains the value is the brand new stuff, is the viable stuff, the stuff that comes out every week or every month that's competitively viable, because every chase card like that starts out minimum $100 all the time. So for a play set of anything that's competitively viable, you're spending at least $300.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have first edition books.
And real quick, and then as soon as it becomes not viable or gets banned or limited or whatever, it immediately drops.
Naturally.
Yeah. So you're not making any money off that.
I have first edition books that are worth money. Okay. These are, at this point, they're going on 50 years old at this point. Okay. 40 and 50 years old. That's a pretty old book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But while I'm not, I have all of these books in paperback also because I didn't acquire the first editions until I was older and I wanted to collect them because I loved them so much. But I love taking it off the shelf, blowing the dust off of it, and cracking it open. And it does not faze me that the spine gets cracked. I'm not but flexing it or anything.
You also don't have to crack the spine.
No, you don't have to crack the spine.
If you get some sort of sick sexual thrill out of that, by all means, you do you.
But to me, I'm not damaging it by doing that. To me, I'm
just playing.
It's sort of like being on a sports team, right? Being third string on a football team and never getting to play. You're on the team, but you never actually get to play. And it's just
So what I was originally going to say at the beginning of the episode, what I would liken this to is every musician's desire to be able to pick up and play a brand new guitar, but not wanting to actually buy it. Mm-hmm. Because everybody loves a brand new guitar or a brand new instrument, but nobody wants to be that person to put the first nick, the first scratch, the first dent, the first wear and tear of any kind on it.
You have bought guitars that you love, that you have, you have chased, that you barely touch because you don't want anything to happen to it.
This started with
my brain is
guitar number 50. Back in 2015, I picked up the white SG that I had always wanted. I don't know if that was the most I'd spent up until that point, but I had always wanted that particular one. Mm-hmm. And I finally got it, and I actually took it on tour when I was still playing Two-Fisted Law. But I was so because I said to myself, I'm like, if I don't take this out, if I don't play with, if I don't get photographed playing this, what was the point in spending all that money just to keep it at home and take it out every once in a while and play it for 5 minutes? No, so I took it on tour. And I think I may have put some buckle rash into it. I may have gotten some surface scratches, but I did, make sure it was cleaned and,
sure,
change the strings and clean the fretboard and everything. But I was always afraid that, taking it out on the road, and it was in the trailer that night that somebody forgot to shut and lock it.
Oh, yeah.
And we're on the highway and the door flies open and everything falls out.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I heard that story.
I can't remember if we were either in Maine or New Hampshire. And we were leaving the venue, and we just got on the highway, and somebody forgot to shut the trailer door.
Oh dear!
And all of our guitars could be, and that's when I stopped leaving my stuff in the trailer overnight.
Yeah.
Because I never trusted those guys. Because my this was one of my biggest pet peeves in that band for the longest time. We spend all this money on gear, all this money on expensive, professional quality stuff, instruments, amplification, everything. And you guys are going to leave that stuff in a very easily break intoable trailer, overnight for long periods of time in, heat and cold and humidity and all the elements. And then when we get home, you're going to put them into a basement where there's moisture, and moisture is no good for wood, not good for the wood of the guitar, not good for the wood around the outside of the amplifier or the electronics for that matter. And it's what is the matter? That is not me being an overly protective person when it comes to my stuff. That's just that should be common sense. Because if you expose such things to the elements like that for so long, you're going to have to end up buying new stuff relatively soon.
But let me ask you this. When you have bought some of these guitars, right? The white SG you have now.
Yeah, the white SG.
The white SG.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that
was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
And it was from the personal collection.
So real quick, that one I was just telling the story about, number 50, that was the same model.
Yes.
Same color, same model, same design, everything that this person uses, but it wasn't personally his.
Right.
The one you're describing now
was personally
his.
Yes. And that comes with pressure cracks.
Oh, he threw that
comes
thing
with
around.
all of this
Yeah.
shit and everything. And doesn't that to you make it more special?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
So that was actually the story behind that. It was bought as a rental. He bought it when he was in LA and needed a spare for that string of shows, and just kept it from like 2014 until last year before.
Yeah, until it became yours.
So it wasn't one of his. It wasn't in his regular rotation. It was just a spare like tour guitar. But he was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and all of his like main tour spares got bought up instantly. So I could have bought one of his personal ones that was an exact copy of the one I used to have,
right?
But I didn't get to him quick enough, and I probably could have got it for a lot cheaper too. But the one that I ended up buying from him, even though it wasn't in his regular rotation, it was a much higher end version.
Yeah.
And I talked him down on the price because he originally wanted more than what they go for new.
Yeah.
So I paid retail price for just that without the provenance. Because he, I don't know if he needed the money or if he just wanted to get rid of stuff, but,
But I mean,
that's a holy grail right there.
But truly, like, I mean, if it were just, if it were just a factory make, right?
My all-time hero played that thing live and toured with that thing and had it, got his DNA in the wood. And so, and I'm still, hesitant to take it out of the case, but I have taken it out of the case, and I've recorded with it, and I've played with it, and I've made videos with it. Like,
are you afraid of something happening to it? Are you afraid of doing damage to it because you had the audacity to play it, to use it for the purpose which it exists for?
My greatest fear is that it will get stolen.
Okay.
If I take it out of the house, and because I spent as much money on it as I did, I don't want, because then I don't have it anymore.
Right.
And tracking it down might be difficult.
Right.
So,
but
and I feel the same way about all of the more expensive guitars that I have, because there's no getting that back. Those are one of one.
Yeah.
In my book, in my collection, they're one of one. I could go out and buy. I could see if he wants to, I have means of contacting him. I could be like, you got anything else you want to sell? And then I'll have something else that he had. But that's not the same. The other one that I got that you're thinking of, same, that what didn't belong to that person, but it's his signature model. Mm-hmm. If that goes away, I'm out that right. money.
But are you hesitant to play them?
Yeah.
Why? It's like these weirdos who will not park anywhere near another car because they don't want anything to happen to their car.
So,
and it's like, that something could like a car could drive right into you. A shopping cart could hit your car all the way out there. It's like, at least if you park around other cars, maybe a shopping cart will hit one of them.
Like I was saying, I never used to pick up high-end guitars at the shops because I couldn't afford to pay for the damage if, God forbid, anything happened. But now, because of the, we talked about this the other day, now because of the position I'm in, I will, not haphazardly, but I will go and I will pick up $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 guitars off the wall, and I'll noodle with them for a bit and then put them back, and because if I really, really want one, I'll get one. But even to this day, I don't want to be the first person to put a scratch or a dent in something that's that valuable.
I bought my current car, I bought in March, I think, of 2019. I adopted my dog in June of 2017.
How many dents did you put in her?
She's pretty dented. She's pretty beat up. She did most of it herself, though. All right. But I bought that car brand spanking new. It had 66 miles on it.
Beautiful.
When I picked it up. Okay. Beautiful. Within 24 hours, the dog was in the car and she got her nails into the armrest on the console. And everyone was saying, they're just like, oh my God, you barely had this car for a fucking day. Like, I'm like,
what am I? You sound like a Peanuts character.
Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to keep the dog out of the car? It's like, the dog is supposed to go in the car. Like, that's what it's for. You know, it's like, is it a bummer that my car wasn't pristine anymore? It's like, no. Like, it really didn't faze me at all. And we're talking a big investment here, a brand new car. And I'm just like, I mean, now you can't even see my back seat. It's so covered in dog hair. It's just ingrained in it at this point. But it's just like those little nail marks. I look at those because they're still there.
Now I don't feel so bad about the incident with the grid wall.
Ugh.
That was an accident.
They're still there. If you look at the armrest of the console in my car, those two little nail marks are still there. And now I look at those and I'm just like, oh.
But you're the only
I'm like,
one.
that's the first time she was in the car.
Nobody else would ever see that unless they were looking for it.
Doesn't matter.
Now everybody who gets in your car who's listened to this is going to look for those nail
When I
marks.
first got the car, though, everyone was mind boggled. Just jaws on the floor like, oh my God, I can't believe she already ruined the car. And I'm like, she didn't ruin anything.
So my car, I bought brand new in 2013.
Yeah.
And around that time, I was trying to quit smoking again.
Yeah.
And I had every intention of not smoking in the car because when I traded in my previous car to get, towards the payment of this one, they'd said this with, other cars I've had as well. It's a smoker's car. It's not going to be worth as much. People don't want to have to, smell that or try and get it out or whatever it is. I'm like, I've really got to stop smoking my cars. Otherwise it's going to depreciate the value. Mm-hmm. Not because, I'm concerned all that much about the value. It's just, I want to get more out of it. And all I have to do is this simple thing of just not lighting up in my vehicle.
Yeah.
And I had the car for 2 months. 2 months, and I was doing so well. I was having my cigarettes out, wherever. And the boy's mother and I were on our way to I think it was a Cherry Street show. And she absolutely refused to go that whole distance without having a cigarette along the way. Absolutely refused. So I'm like, I'll pull over. You can have one, and then we'll go. That wasn't good enough.
That wasn't good enough.
Wasn't
no,
good
I
enough.
must be in this car.
Yep. And
chew some gum.
Argument ensued, and I just gave in because I'm like, fuck, I want one too. And what?
And did you damage the car?
Oh yeah, there is a permanent brown stain around the frame of my door jamb or whatever.
Yeah.
In the upholstery. And it's still there from years of my cigarette hanging out the window and the smoke just rising up there.
I think that it's the same car. I think that it's the car I have now, where I wore knee-high boots and I was driving in them because I do that, and they had like a buckle on the top of them, and it got hooked into like the mesh of like the center of my driver's seat, and it just ripped it a little bit, and I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm like, what a pain in the ass.
I mean, in my older age, I am more prone towards trying to keep things as pristine for as long as I can. I mean, look at how I've babied all of my sneakers. And I'm not usually one...
because you keep wearing your old ones. You keep buying new ones,
because
but
those
you don't
are
wear
broken
them.
in,
They're broken through.
So we're supposed to get our new trucks at work in the coming months. And I'm already, not looking forward to how people are going to be breaking mine in on my days off.
Yeah, but when you get this new truck, are you never going to eat in it?
Well, I don't typically eat in the truck anyway.
But
I'm going to try not to make a mess in it.
Not making a mess is different.
But see, here's the thing. The trucks we currently drive were once pristine. They were once well-maintained. They were once clean.
60 years ago.
No, not 60. These were built in, I think, 2000. The ones we're driving now.
20 years ago.
Well, the one I'm driving was built in 2000. And it's so incredibly filthy on the inside that no amount of Clorox wipes is going to really, get all that dirt and debris out of...
But that's because they haven't been maintained.
Because there's nobody to maintain them except us. We have to do it on our downtime.
But you don't.
I do.
You do.
I do things at my job that most of my coworkers don't. I make sure that my desk is clean and free of junk.
Yeah.
Everything is in its proper place. Everything is organized. One of my coworkers actually asked me for those tins that I keep in my drawer so that way they could organize their rubber bands and their pens and their all this shit.
Isn't that
all
cute?
of my forms are in their proper place. There's no dirt flying around. All of my cells are, even and everything. And I make sure, there's that. I persistently wipe down the inside of my truck, so all of the dirt and all of the dust and stuff is not there. I try and make sure everything in there is organized. And I always ask people, I'm like, when you use my truck, put things back where they were. Like, please, like my back cushion, like, please, if you're not going to use it, put it back when you're done with it. If you're not going to use the trays that I leave in there, put them back the way they were.
All right, I got an example.
Which is something that was lectured to me most of my life that I usually didn't adhere to. So this is payback.
That's fair. All right, I have an example for you for the whole theme of this. Okay, ready? For the boy's birthday.
Which boy's birthday?
The little one.
Okay.
You bought him from the flea market. You bought him a vintage G.I. Joe tank. No, Jeep. It was a vintage G.I. Joe Jeep from 70.
I think it was older than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was from the 50s.
But he saw it at the flea market and he wanted it.
Yeah.
And you bought it. And you paid a good amount of money for that thing.
I did.
Now, nowhere along the lines did it cross your mind that he's going to play with it. He's probably going to, he might, dent it or ding it and everything like that.
He's probably forgotten about it.
He's probably forgotten about it. And God willing, his mother has not thrown it away.
Oh, no, she knew.
Okay.
Yeah, she knew.
But this is just it, is that you bought that for an 8-year-old and you did not lecture him about how much it's worth or how old it is or anything and to take care of it and everything because it's a toy and you bought it for him to play with, regardless of what it's worth and everything. Does it eat away at you?
No, but what does is any of my old toys that I've allowed him to bring home, I'm like, these do not go in the donation bin. You understand that? And I've reiterated that to his mother.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Have you checked up on that lately just to be on the safe side?
I think he still has my green
I was going to say, where's that green axe?
Oh, damn, I need to get that back.
I would
especially
probably,
if I'm going to sell the rest of them.
I would probably look into that. But that's just it, is, this was a collectible. This was actually a collectible. But you gave it to him to
I also
play with
haggled for it.
He wants to play with it.
He wanted it. I mean, it was his birthday. I told him he could have what he wanted. I assumed that he was going to pick out something, some truck of some kind, But it's just like, I can't deny the kid on his birthday. It's his birthday.
I'm not suggesting that, but, you didn't tell him, now this isn't for playing. This is, it's like, because I know plenty of people who got those collectible Barbies and they're just like, these ones aren't for playing. These ones stay in the box.
No, because if you're going to get a kid a toy, the kid should be able to play with the toy. It still just warms my heart, though, that he would much rather play with my childhood toys than anything we've bought him. So those are real.
I think we should stop buying.
So then that
stuff.
means that there was one holiday, one Christmas, I think it was, where I was almost steadfast on not buying him anything.
You were close.
And I even said to him, I'm like, listen, this Christmas you're going down to the basement and or the garage and you can take any of my toys out that you want, anything you want, and play with it. And that's when he gave me the
that sucks.
He's like, you let me play with them anytime anyway. So what are you getting me?
But that's just it.
At least those toys are getting their mileage worth.
But as kids, it's perfectly fine to take toys out of the box. Why isn't it fine for us to do it as adults?
It is fine for us to do as adults.
Not according to the other adults who have those toys.
But see, we are adults and we can do
whatever we want. But that's just it. It drives me nuts. Like people who collect Funko Pops, and I understand. That it's like,
is that phase dying yet? Is it out?
No, it's not. That's just it. Is that it's still a market. It's still a money market.
I still don't even want half the ones I have.
These are still investments and everything. And I'm just like, what do I give?
Everything is an investment.
What do I give a single flying frog's ass about whether or not a pop is worth $9 today, but it could be worth $12 tomorrow? And I'm like,
$12?
I'm like, yeah. I'm not holding on to these
Don't
for
be
the
scared.
hope of I'm not holding on to these for the hope of making money off of them at some point.
You'll get it back if I'll give you my personal note for 90 days. If it isn't paid by then, you can keep the note.
And I like to think that my books, okay?
Don't you have like multi-100-year-old books?
Yes, I do.
Oh, there you go.
Well, not multi-100. I have a few books that are over 100 years
Here's
old.
the real thing. You and I are going to have to put Post-it notes on everything in case something happens to either one of us, so we know what to do with all of these things.
Bury me with them.
No, I'm just saying, like, anything that doesn't go in the ground with us there needs to be a description attached to it. Just like I said, we need to write the meticulous instructions for, like, because I know you wanted to be buried in like a burlap sack.
Yeah,
so.
but like that's just it. Is that all of these things, when we are gone, we could leave meticulous instructions. We don't actually have control over it at that point.
But if you drop dead tomorrow, I'm not gonna be.
Every single one of those books is to be donated.
I'm not gonna be assured of all of your wishes, like, because to my knowledge, you haven't written them down.
I wrote them down.
Where are they?
They're on a Post-it. I thought you put it in the safe.
Did I?
I thought you did.
I hope so.
Okay, well, I'll write another one.
All right, good.
But yeah, like as far as my earthly possessions go, get rid of them. Give them away. I don't care.
Yeah, I still want you to have me cremated with all that stuff.
You will be cremated with all that stuff. But like,
don't cremate me. I still don't want to be cremated. I don't like it. Listen, you don't like war movies. I don't like fire.
We're not going to burn you alive, I promise.
I don't want to be burned dead either.
But like, I cannot think for 1 second of like buying something, right? A book, a toy, and a collectible, anything for the purpose of hanging on to it to make money off of it later.
Well, we've talked about this ad nauseam.
I've not even held on to stuff from my childhood because it's worth something. Like, trust me, I could throw up thinking about how much money the stuff we donated years ago would have been worth if we held on.
So, in my youth, there was absolutely zero chance that I would have been able to purchase a pack of trading cards. Doesn't matter what the game was. Purchase a pack of trading cards and store it away without opening it within a relatively short amount of time. There's just no way. Because especially once I got into the collecting and investing aspect of it, I love opening packs. I just love, I love.
Because that's what they're meant for.
Of opening. I mean, I've seen people at shops, I've seen people on streams. They rip open ungodly amounts of product just for the sake of making videos, just to pull something so they can get it on video, or pulling something so they can sell it and make the money. And it's just like, I mean, I've done that to smaller extents, but in my later years made myself okay with store. I mean, if you look in that cabinet right there, there's boxes full of packs that haven't been opened. Yeah. Because in some instances, actually, even after we got together, I bought old packs of cards at a lower price, and after a little bit of time was able to double and in some cases triple my money on them. But while still holding on to at least one of each.
But you also, at least you used to, I don't know anymore, but had cases of unopened product, sealed product, with the sole intention of holding on to it in order to get the biggest return on your investment.
There's still cases up in there.
But you look at that shit every day, and you come to me every once in a while, and you're just like, I think we should just open it all.
Okay, so there were certain boxes that eventually I got rid of the outer packaging. Yeah. Just to save space. Yeah. And put the sealed product in smaller packaging. Yeah. And I know that diminishes the value, but then I with those ones in particular, I also ended up just opening them.
I would not be able to do that. I would not, like, I know plenty of people, like the Harry Potter books, right? When those all came out.
Well, there's a reason go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So when the Harry Potter books came out, everybody pre-ordered the first editions. Everybody needed the hardcover, okay? I know so many people who bought a paperback with every single first edition so that they could just read the paperback. And I'm like, mine are in the garage, in case you're wondering. My first editions, I didn't buy a fucking paperback. I'm like, who gives a shit?
So the really sad part is that some of the things that I ended up buying to store away are now not just not worth more money years later, but they're worth even less than they were when they were new.
Then open it.
Some of them I have. Some of them I have. But there are other ones still up in the closet that I will not because, one, I don't need to. Two, there's nothing in there that I want. And three, if I hold on to it, maybe it will go back up after so much time. You never know. If it gets to a certain point and it still hasn't at least gone back up to its original MSRP, then sure, I'll open it. But again, why am I going to open something if there's nothing in there that I want?
You're going to hang on to it for the rest of your life. And then what am I supposed to do with it?
Listen, we've been having this conversation on so many different episodes and so many different private settings. The thing is that I have found that the things that I store away that retain the most value are the ones that I have a personal vested interest in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And this all started way, way back. Because I was doing the reselling game long before anybody else I knew was, before it became in vogue to do it. Okay? I was doing this because I realized that the guitars that I was buying for myself still retained value. So I could go back and resell it for a couple of bucks more than what I paid for it, or this, that, and the other thing. Or if I bought something broken, I could fix it up and make some money off of it. You know, the argument that was never understood amongst people was, you know, every business has a cost. Every business has an overhead, you know? Like, they have to charge more than what they paid for to stay in business, to pay the bills, to keep the lights on. You know, I'm just doing that to a smaller extent, which is something everybody always argued with me on. But then, right around, I don't know if it was during COVID or right before COVID, maybe it's somewhere during the COVID era, I said, you know what, I've really got to make myself okay with investing in stuff that I have no interest in. Because then, one, I will not be tempted to open it, and two, I have to constantly remind myself that just because I'm not the audience for this product doesn't mean that it doesn't have some sort of value.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I watched as so many products got released that I had absolutely zero interest in even buying to open, and watching people pay top dollar, you know, time and time and time again for it. And I'm just like, that was a missed opportunity. And I still look at it as missed opportunities. I'm like, the briefcase that I bought a couple of years ago, okay? You know, that was an example of, and I've said this a million times. I remember sitting there when the countdown for pre-orders was going on, and I'm like, get more than one, get more than one, just get more than one, get two, just get two, buy one to open, buy one to save. And I should have done it because it was $400 a case at the time.
Yeah.
That same case sealed goes for $2,000.
But you bought one and you opened it.
I opened it.
You opened it.
Hold on.
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Because I wanted that product. However, I kept certain pieces of it and I sold others. And I sold others for a lot more than $400.
But the whole point of my argument is that you bought it and you opened it because you were supposed to.
Because it was something I wanted.
Because you were supposed to open it. That's what it was for.
But again, I've periodically come across these instances where I see something come and go, because once it's gone, it's gone. Like, once its time has come and gone, you're never going to recapture that. You're not going to get lightning in a bottle again. You just won't, okay? People are willing to pay top dollar for a certain time, and then it goes to the wind and it gets forgotten about, you know, until there's a resurgence many, 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 many years later. When I was selling Pokemon cards in 2012 and struggling to do so, I had no way of knowing that there was going to be the boom that we've had in the last 10 years.
You know what the real, the penultimate of this whole argument is that specifically the one thing that everybody needs to break in, right, is when you get it brand new, the first thing you do is ruin it, is money. Nobody likes fresh money.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, why not?
Nobody likes fresh money. The bills stick together. They're crispy. You can't pick them up and everything like that. Nobody wants
that's a
that.
great segue. You want to talk about people who are supposed to play with something or do something with something?
Tell me.
What about the people who collect money? Who collect currency and just store away currency?
Well, What, like a coin collection?
No. I'm not talking about a coin. I'm talking about people who save and store coins, bills, promissory notes, in addition to coins. And they have these massive collections of this coin from this year with this proof stamp on it, and this bill that has this, marking and this watermark and this, the thing that you hold up to the light and you look for. Like, but that still at least has its face value. Like
at least its face value.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, if you're not going to bank that, then what's the point?
Well, the point of that I would
that
presume,
currency is
Well, I mean, I think most of the things that people collect in that instance are defects, because those are rare.
Don't get me started on misprints.
I'm just saying.
There is a whole market among the trading card collecting world.
The Pikachu with the red cheeks or whatever, right?
For misprints.
Mm-hmm.
People will pay top dollar. I had people asking me to shake boxes, to open boxes, to move them around, just so they could see it in this light, in this corner. Like, Let me ask you, why are we on this again? Is it because of the book, because of the spine?
Yeah, it was just something that crossed my mind. Is just this idea of, because I looked into it. I went down a rabbit hole and I looked into it and I was like, is there actually like a sect of this community of the literati who truly do not believe in cracking the spine of a book? And the answer is yes. And then it started snowballing in my brain that, this is the same thing with collecting toys these days. You showed me, an eBay listing for the Pokemon videotape, right?
Yeah.
That you said, I have mine downstairs, but if only I never opened it, if only I had it sealed, it would be worth X amount of money.
$4,000.
But you would not have had the forethought to be like, oh, you know what I really want? I want that Pokemon VHS tape. And then you have it and you're like, yay! And then you're just like, now I can't open this or watch it. I need to make sure I hang on to it for the next 50 years.
So that, first of all, I already knew how to play the game, and that tape was just two Japanese guys teaching you how to play the game.
Yeah.
I could have been just fine not watching it.
But you got the tape.
Yeah.
You got the tape and you watched the tape.
Yeah.
And is it sad that it's not worth $4,000?
No, because I like having the tape.
Exactly.
But I also don't like breaking spines because I didn't even like breaking this. Well, I mean,
you didn't like cracking into a brand new textbook on the first day of school?
Textbooks were different.
Yeah.
Textbooks I didn't give
Fucking ruin them.
Well, because they're meant to be used, But like,
I remember getting they had the old textbooks that they would hand out, and if you were lucky enough to get one of the new ones, it's like, oh yeah.
I remember watching my mother wrap them in shopping bags.
Yep.
And then I'd go into school and I'd see my friends with the elastic ones that just wrapped around, like it's.
They used the
the cloth, yeah, the stretchy ones.
We used newspaper. We used the funnies.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. My mom used big Y bags. She had that down to a science.
No, I apologize. I interrupted you. You were going to say something before I talked about that.
Oh, because when it comes to cracking spines, it seems so unnecessary to me. It's just like I don't want to. I just don't want to do it. And the other thing too is that once you crack the spine, it expands, the frame of it, and it increases the volume, and then you lose space on the bookshelf.
The only thing that bugs me about cracking the spine of a book, whether it's hardcover or paperback, the only thing that bugs me is that the trade-off is the book opens wider so that you don't get a hand cramp trying to hold it open, because that is a thing.
Yeah, it is.
That is a thing. The book lies flat if you crack the spine, but the trade-off for that is that the spine ends up with this curve in it, and that instead of being flat, it starts to curve. And that does, particularly with paperbacks, drive me insane.
The other thing, too, is that
I will try and break it back if I can.
Past holidays have gotten me these big picture books with the artwork, from the artists of my favorite trading card games. Mm-hmm. And there's no way I'm going to break the spines on those, because not only is the book filled with art, but the book itself is a work of art. You know, and plus
I'm sorry, I'm dying.
You have a cough button.
I used
you were
it that
marveling
time.
about that cough button. You never use it.
No, it's the humidity. My nose is getting all stuffed.
I just think that as I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate more the conservation of the things that we collect. Among conserving everything else.
I look at the hardcover books that I have, the first editions, the antique editions that I have, and everything like that. And while I am delicate with them, I gently use them. The idea of like not using them for the purpose for which they were intended. Like if I'm reading, like when I read The Shards, okay, Bret Easton Ellis's latest novel, from what, 2023, I think that came out. And I finally read it at the beginning of this year. Literally, like it's like 700 pages or something like that. And holding a book open, just holding a book open without breaking it, a book that thick, look at the size of my little baby hands. That's really hard.
Well, you get an extra inch with those nails.
It's really difficult to do that. And I've got the arthritis too. So like, you know, it's tough. Excuse me.
No, go ahead.
But like, I'm not trying to damage the book. I just want it to be owned. I want it to be a part of my collection. And I don't have pristine books in my collection.
In that vein, it is nice to not have to be so delicate when you're dealing with something that's already broken in. Like every time I go out and I use the grill, it's nice that, you know, I'm not trying to keep it so pristine like it was when it was brand new.
Right.
And I can be rough with it, and I can, you know, not worry about, you know, the amount of char that's left in there, although I do have to clear it out every time so the thing doesn't catch fire, but you know.
But like even your toys from when you were a kid, which are not in pristine shape,
no,
but you
scuffed,
have them. They're scuffed, they're scratched, they're dented, some are missing legs, but you know, like
no, they're not.
But even then, you know, it's neither one way or the other. There's no extreme of it. You're not like, oh well, it's junked now, so we may as well not give a shit about it. And at the same time, you're not like, oh, it's old and it's vintage and it's
so,
you know, we've got to keep this on a shelf now and not touch it ever again.
I do feel that way about some of them, because so all the stuff that's down in the basement, like I made sure to get the stuff I knew I was always going to want to hang on to out of the basement, cleaned it up. It's either on display on my bookshelf or it's on Henry's so he can play with it. Okay. Everything that's still downstairs is the stuff that I am prepared to let go of for the sake of A, can't hang on to it forever. B, it's still worth money. C, there's people out there that are going to want it. For, you know, I love how I just went between 1, 2, 3, 4 and A, B, C, D.
2.
There, and it's, you know, free up space in the garage. And I constantly fight myself on it too. It's just like I should look. You're trying to keep your computer pristine.
Well, that's, you know, that's probably
the sticker.
That's probably coffee.
Oh, that's nice. I buy you a brand new computer and you spill coffee on it.
It's just dribble.
Did we get the insurance on that?
No.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, because I remember.
I don't spill coffee on it. This is it's like a spittle mark.
I remember you telling the Apple guy that you were good with coffee.
I said I was good with computers.
So, but anyway, it's, you know, the stuff that's downstairs has made its way from my old basement to our garage is like perpetually just engulfed in that downstairs humidified smell and aura and, you know, debris and like sheen that's on all of it.
All right. I'm going to ask you the big final argument question, okay?
Do we have time?
We're at 1 hour and 3 minutes at this point.
Ooh.
Let me ask you this, okay? Right here. Would you rather?
Yes. Continue.
Would you rather savor something or would you rather use it? If you buy something because you want it, would you rather savor it or would you rather use it?
What are we talking here?
Toys.
What kind of toy?
Cards.
What kind of card? How much?
What are you doing? You're doing this to make me. You doing this to get to me? If I were to possess a 500-year-old copy of something, like, I would say, yeah, probably not going to touch it.
I am going
but
to
I'm
go.
gonna want to.
I am going to go back to my original statement, and that is, of course, we want to be able to enjoy it, but we also don't want the opportunity to present itself to where it's not available to us anymore, for it to be taken away, or for it to not exist, or for it to lose its luster. Like, again, if you spend so much, or if you either one, spend so much money on a certain thing, or invest a certain amount of time chasing or acquiring or working the hours to get the money to be able to pay, like, if there is that much effort that goes into the acquisition of whatever it is this thing is, okay, it is incomprehensible to me to not have that access going forward. So again, these guitars that I've spent so much on that I rarely take out, I still take them out. Will they ever leave this house? It depends on the situation. Same thing with cards. Like, I've taken money cards to locals to, show off and whatnot, but I've watched them like a hawk, because it's real easy for somebody to just be like, I've seen a whole bunch of TikToks lately of people at card shows waiting. And now, mind you, they're all on camera. The sellers have cameras set up, and they zoom in on these people, because when the seller's not looking, they're just like, whoosh.
Scum.
And that's
scum and villainy.
A wretched hive. I can't believe you didn't get that reference.
I didn't.
What did I say that was? The trunk?
No.
I said something yesterday. It was a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
A wretched hive of scum and villainy.
And you were like, that's a good analogy.
I'm like, I like that.
Yeah. That was Star Wars. That was Alec Guinness.
Oh, no, that probably you were talking about the trunk.
That's right.
Yeah. This was a good talk. I know it could go on. This was
we're not done.
Forever.
There's gonna be another collectibles episode in your future.
Come
collect with us. Come share your stories. Come talk to us. Come tell us what you collect. Come tell us what you're into. We'd love to have those conversations. We'd love to meet more people that collect the things we collect.
And in the interim, thank you for tuning in and sticking it out with us. You can find us on Instagram, DTNE and JJ Star with 2 R's. You can email us, DTNE and JJ Star at gmail.com, with questions, comments, concerns for our well-beings. Thoughts about your clone collections.
Listen, if there's
conversation starters and enders.
If there's one thing that a collector loves, it's telling a story about how they got something or why they got something.
I have a 1934 print of Goethe's Faust that I tore at some point. So just to let you know that, shit happens. But it is one of my favorite possessions. My dad found that at a junk store in Cape Cod for $1.40.
A junk stove?
A junk stove. You're on Twitch. Tell them about the Twitch.
We're on Twitch. Yeah, we twitched for the first time on Saturday.
We twitched.
And I didn't realize that you had to go on the computer, not the phone, to click the toggle to save your videos to your account so people could rewatch them. So our original stream is not there.
But going forward, they will be.
Yeah. So we're going to be twitching. We're going to be twitching.
We're going to be twitching. Come watch us twitch. Love Hard Art is on Instagram, and they will be at
it's downtown_Andy on Twitch.
Downtown _Andy on
sounded
Twitch.
Almost German there for a second.
But yes, Love Hard Art is on Instagram, and you can find us at the Westchester Tattoo Con, October 2nd through 4th.
The goddamn German's got nothing to do with it.
And Coat of Arms Tattoo on Instagram, as well as in Bethel, Connecticut. They are having their 2-year anniversary celebration.
They just announced today 2 more special guest artists.
Chase and Jen.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's a big reunion I'm looking forward to. Because I knew Chase was at the convention at Mohegan, and I completely forgot to look for him.
He's another one I've heard so many stories about, but I've never met.
He's tattooed my knees.
Okay.
He tattooed my knees. But yes, Johnny Chapman is going to be playing at the shop. It's July 18th from 11 to 7 at Coat of Arms Tattoo Gallery in Bethel, Connecticut. So come one, come all. Have fun, get tattooed. There's probably going to be drinks.
Taco truck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably, hopefully, Taco Bachi is going to be there. It's going to be a good time. So definitely come out for that and find us there. Download Podbean. Give us a like and a follow on there because we love your money. Thanks for that. And
we're back on the OF.
We're back on the OF. Yes, you can find It's JJ Star with 2 R's on OF. And
our latest has been hopping.
Quite a few of them have been.
It's been getting.
Yeah. So
getting purchased.
definitely check that out because again, we like your money. And thank you.
It allows us to collect things and do things like this.
It do. And
do things like this. And do things like this.
And do things like that. And that. And this. And that. And this. And that. And this. And that. Any final thoughts for you? We're gonna take that off screen while we're at so that's a full lid for the four of us at That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm not Wilford Brimley. I'm Downtown Andy.
We'll talk to you later.